go now, sir. Ah! Wait, your bigger stickers? Here's a this.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the Python's most hilarious characters.
What a strange person.
Number 20, the It's Guy. Played by Michael Palin, this mess of a man introduces flying circus episodes. He often wades through horrible conditions to reach the camera, always sporting torn clothes, a shaggy haircut, and a massive beard.
It's...
Then he'll gasp his three-letter catchphrase, and it'll cut to the next scene immediately. He was a staple of Series 1, first arriving from the ocean in the show's opening scene. Palin actually nearly drowned filming this moment. Once the episode was done, we'd have a brief shot of him running off to wherever he came. He doesn't only say it as you'd expect. In Series 3, he gets his own talk show, where he interviews Ringo Starr and Lulu. Number 19, Tim the Enchanter. One of the many whimsical characters added to Holy Grail was Tim the Enchanter, portrayed by John Cleese. He has an ominous and slightly harrowing appearance, with goat horns on his head and bones hanging from his chest.
What manner of man are you that can summon up fire without flint or tinder?
I'm an enchanter.
He's talented at conjuring fireballs, but when he finally approaches King Arthur, he's hardly intimidating.
There are some who call me... Tim?
Greetings, Tim the Enchanter.
His simple name contrasts so heavily with his appearance that it makes it impossible not to laugh when he introduces himself. Tim then guides the king to the Rabbit of Caerbannog, an amazing moment, but sadly we don't consider the rabbit to be characterized enough for a spot on our list.
You know much that is hidden, though, Tim.
Quite.
Number 18, Chicken Knight.
I'm sorry, we don't need you this week.
Gilliam often played the least appealing characters that others disliked portraying. This included the recurring armoured knight, who ended many sketches in Series 1.
I mean, I don't eat squirrels, do I? I mean, well, perhaps I do, one or two, but there's no law against that, is there? It's a free country.
The other Pythons disliked being put into a full suit of armour, but Gilliam was totally cool with it. The knight doesn't do much, except wander in at the end of a sketch, then hit people with a plucked chicken. It ended up becoming his most recognisable role in Flying Circus, despite his face being completely obscured. We'd become more familiar with his appearance as time went on though, with him later becoming Patsy in Holy Grail.
And now for something completely different.
Number 17, the Colonel.
No, this is silly.
What's silly?
No, the whole premise is silly and it's very badly written. I'm the senior officer here and I haven't had a funny line yet, so I'm stopping it.
We'd like to begin this entry by apologising for its distinct lack of silliness compared to the others. The Colonel is played by Graham Chapman, and he frequently turns up in the most bizarre Flying Circus sketches. Then, he'll shut it all down for being too whimsical.
I've done it. The sketch is over.
I want to leave the army, please, sir. It's dangerous.
Look, I stopped your sketch 5 minutes ago, so get out of shot.
This meant he was one of the regular choices for ending sketches they couldn't figure out a punchline for. While he was adored, he was unfortunately only in Series 1 of Flying Circus, with his last appearance being in full frontal nudity. While they didn't use him for later seasons, he had to return for a now for something completely different.
Close up. Zoom in on me. That's better.
It's only because you couldn't think of a punchline.
Not true, not true.
Number 16, Arthur Nudge.
Is your wife a goer, hey? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, 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 nudge. Know what I mean? Say no more. Know what I mean?
One of Eric Idle's earliest defining roles was Arthur Nudge, an irritating gentleman who gets on Terry Jones's nerves. In the third episode, Arthur approaches him in a pub and starts asking increasingly bizarre questions about his intimate life.
I beg your pardon?
Your wife, does she go? Hey, hold on me, nudge, say no more.
It's notable for being a rare example of a Python sketch with an actual punchline. Fascinatingly, Idle wrote it for Ronnie Barker, but it was rejected because the script was so confusing that they didn't expect it to work. Decades later, it's proven itself to stand the test of time, a fact that would make the two Ronnies jealous if they weren't so respected already.
Well, I mean, like you've done it. You slept with a lady.
Yes.
What's it like?
Number 15, The Announcer.
And now for something completely different.
One of John Cleese's most memorable recurring bits is easily the BBC continuity announcer. His primary job is to connect one sketch to another, so overall he's probably got less screen time than most characters.
And now for something completely different.
That doesn't make him forgettable though, with his definitive catchphrase being something still widely used today.
And now for something completely different.
He was in the first 3 seasons of Flying Circus, but our favourite iteration comes from a now for something completely different. He does such a brilliant job of tying the movie's bizarre scenes together that we don't think it would work without him.
And now for something completely different.
Number 14, Sir Bedevere the Wise.
My liege, I would be honored. What is your name? Bedevere, my liege. Then I dub you Sir Bedevere, Knight of the Round Table.
Sir Lancelot's adventures might be the funniest, and brave Sir Robin is clearly the most heroic, but we believe Sir Bedevere to be the most amusing. The king first meets him when he's overseeing probably the most side-splitting witch trial in cinema history.
What makes you think she is a witch? Well, she turned me into a newt. A newt.
I got better.
Burn her anyway!
He's so intelligent that he becomes the only knight to be by Arthur's side for the movie's cop-out ending. Lancelot comes close, but gets booked a few minutes earlier.
Why do witches burn?
Because they're made of wood.
Good.
Many fans will be irritated that we chose Bedevere over Sir not appearing in this film, but for some reason, we couldn't find a single scene featuring the latter.
And the aptly named Sir not appearing in this film.
Number 13, The Gumbies.
Doctor! Doctor!
While they're a group rather than one character, they're such a Python staple we can't avoid mentioning them. They're always sporting tiny moustaches, handkerchief head covers, massive wellies, and some classic 50s clothing.
Hello! Are you the brain specialist?
The reason they were created was as a satirization of the average Joe they'd seen increasingly often on television. They're ridiculously dim-witted, with their most memorable lines being them simply complaining about their heads hurting.
Handkerchief. I'm going to operate!
They appeared in a variety of sketches during Flying Circus, but our favourite may be Gumby Brain Surgery, which is exactly what the name suggests. For those unaware, their name was inspired by their gum boots. Number 12, The Old Man from Scene 24.
Seek you the Bridge of Death.
The Bridge of Death, which leads to the Grail?
Also known as the Bridgekeeper, this geriatric quiz enthusiast is one of the final challenges on King Arthur's quest. He first appears in Scene 24, played by Gilliam, where he guides Arthur and Bedevere towards the Knights Husseyni, then mysteriously teleports.
What? is the capital of Assyria?
I don't know that.
He arrives later to ask our heroes 3 questions each, ranging from being extremely specific to having 0 challenge at all. In the end, it's King Arthur who has the last laugh on account of his superior swallow knowledge. People have pointed out that scene 24 is the bridge scene, not his introduction, meaning his amusing name was foreshadowing.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
What do you mean? An African or European swallow?
Huh? I don't know that.
Number 11, the knights who say "ni."
Who are you? We are the knights who say...
Michael Palin plays the leader of this intimidating band of knights, who utilise some extremely brutal tactics to get their way.
No, not the knights who say "ni."
The same.
Specifically, they viciously hurl "ni" at their foes, pressuring them into doing their bidding. If this word is ever thrown at you, you'll be unlikely to come out alive, at least according to King Arthur.
We want a shrubbery.
A what?
It turns out the main thing they desire is an abundance of shrubberies, alongside chopping down trees with a herring. But these can be avoided when learning they detest the word "it." In Spamalot, they altered their Achilles heel to instead be hearing the name Andrew Lloyd Webber.
We are now the knights who say... Eki, 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 fatang, zoom, boing. Therefore, we must give you a test.
What is this test, O knights who till recently said "ni"?
Firstly, you must find another shrubbery.
Number 10, the Lumberjack.
The smell of fresh-cut timber. The crash of mighty trees. With my best girl by my side, we'd sing, sing, sing.
While comedy was their main thing, they were also talented songwriters. One of their catchiest tunes comes from episode 9 of Flying Circus. You might expect resident musician Idol to have composed it, but it was created by Palin, Jones, Fred Tomlinson, and also former Beatle George Harrison.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
It turned into one of their best known musical sketches, so adored that it was remade and now for something completely different.
I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear papa. I cuts down trees, I wears high heels, suspenders and a bar.
They also did a side-splitting German version of Fliegender Circus. It's since been referenced in countless pieces of media, and this is likely to continue for decades to come.
Oh, babies! And I thought you were so budge!
Number 9, Mr. Praline.
I wish to complain about this parrot what I purchased not half an hour ago from this very boutique.
Oh yes, the Norwegian blue. What's wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it. It's dead, that's what's wrong with it.
Among fans, the Dead Parrot sketch is often considered one of their greatest works. It features Cleese and Jones getting increasingly irritated with one another about a deceased pet. The more hardcore fans will already know this, but Cleese is playing a recurring character, Mr. Praline.
Hello, Polly! I got a nice cuttlefish for you when you wake up, Polly Parrot!
Then it moved.
No, it didn't.
While the parrot sketch is his most recognisable, he also appeared in a lot of episode 6, specifically in the sketches Crunchy Frog and Cockroach Cluster, showing he struggles primarily with pets. Later, he has an uphill battle getting his Halibut Erica fish license. Sadly, Cleese is pretty tired of doing the Dead Parrot sketch. This means his favourite Praline moment is actually from Eric the Half-a-Bee.
This parrot is no more. It has ceased to be. It's expired and gone to meet its maker. This is a late parrot. It's a stiff. Bereft of life, it rests in peace.
Number 8. Brian's Mum.
There's no Messiah in here. There's a mess all right, but no Messiah. Now go away. Right, my lad, what have you been up to?
Also called Mrs. Mandy Cohen, she's one of the most memorable ladies Terry Jones ever played. Years before the film, she was taken advantage of by Legionnaire Nautius Maximus. This results in Brian being half Roman, a fact she is severely self-conscious of.
Now you listen here. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Now go away. Who are you? I'm his mother, that's who.
She's only in a handful of scenes, but all her appearances leave viewers with amazing one-liners. Our favourite Mandy moment comes when she finds Brian in bed with a woman, alongside a crowd of locals outside who think he's the Messiah. Another highlight includes the stoning from the start of the movie, which shows the Pythons whimsically pretending to be women, pretending to be men.
Who threw that stone? Come on. Sorry, I thought we started.
Number 7. Dennis the Peasant.
Well, I am king. Oh, king, eh? Very nice. And how do you get that, eh? By exploiting the workers. By hanging on to outdated imperialist dogma which perpetuates the economic and social differences in our society.
It's impossible to objectively pick the most quotable Holy Grail character, but if we asked fans to vote, Dennis would easily be close to the top. While hunting for the Grail, King Arthur stumbles upon this politically savvy commoner who is unusually proficient in left-wing theory. He believes to be living in an anarcho-syndicalist commune, and is pretty upset when Arthur explains otherwise.
I didn't know we had a king. I thought we were an autonomous collective.
You're fooling yourself. We're living in a dictatorship. A self-perpetuating autocracy in which the working classes...
Oh, there you go, bringing class into it again.
It's a hilarious commentary on the absurdity of feudal politics. While peasants were unlikely to be as class-conscious as Karl Marx, communities like that weren't impossible. In the Low Countries, an independent peasant republic survived for centuries.
Listen, strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony. Be quiet!
Number 6. King Arthur.
If you do not tell us where we can buy a shrubbery, my friend and I will say... We will say... Nick.
Do your worst.
Graham Chapman often played the straight man, and King Arthur was no exception. The primary hero is probably the most normal person in the picture.
Would it help to confuse it if we ran away more?
Oh, shut up and go and change your armour.
That doesn't mean he isn't extremely amusing. Many of his funniest lines come from the contrast between his deadpan delivery and the silliness of his surroundings. His greatest moments are usually regarding swallows, as a king obviously needs to be well read in such matters.
Who do you know so much about swallows?
Well, you have to know these things when you're a king, you know.
While Chapman isn't everybody's favourite Python, it's still a massive challenge not to fall head over heels for him after watching Holy Grail.
Right. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Number 5. The French Taunter.
You don't frighten us, English pig dogs. Go and boil your bottom, sons of a silly person.
Another one of Cleese's most quotable roles is easily the savage Frenchman who verbally brutalizes King Arthur from his castle walls. His insults have since become immortalized in pop culture.
Now look here, my good man.
I don't want to talk to you no more, you empty-headed animal food trough whopper. I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
It would be impossible to make a comprehensive list of media that references this scene. The Taunter even claims to have a grail of their own, confusing Arthur immensely. If they'd had a bigger budget, we might have seen Arthur retrieve it at the film's conclusion. The Frenchman ends up being the last line of defense for Castle R, well, until the coppers arrive.
Fetchez la vache. Quoi? Fetchez la vache. If you do not agree to my commands, then I shall... Jesus Christ!
Number 4. The Spanish Inquisitors.
I don't know. Mr. Wentworth just told me to come in here and say that there was trouble at the mill, that's all. I didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Contrary to their iconic catchphrase, we have a suspicion that most of our viewers expected this to be here. Originally from Series 2 of Flying Circus, it's become a staple sketch of theirs.
Our chief weapon is surprise. Surprise and fear. Fear and surprise. Our two weapons are fear and surprise. And ruthless efficiency. Our three weapons are fear and and surprise and ruthless efficiency and an almost fanatical devotion to the Pope.
They've performed it tons of times over the years, and it's so adored that it's become a widely used saying. They first appeared in 3 separate sketches spread across an episode, where they'd charge in out of the blue as soon as they were name dropped. In reality, the Inquisition would give people weeks of notice, so while it is comical, the real Inquisition was often expected.
Amongst our weaponry are such elements as fear. I'll come in again.
I didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Number 3, Mr. Creosote.
Et maintenant, would Monsieur care for an aperitif, or would he prefer to order straight away?
As we've already established, Gilliam was the go-to Python for the least appealing characters. One such character is Mr. Creosote, whom Joan believed was the perfect role for Gilliam. Well, the American thought the opposite, leading him to successfully convince Jones to take the role.
And finally, Monsieur, a wafer thin mint. Oh, sir, it's only a tiny little thin one.
It ended up being a remarkably disgusting performance, peaking with a nauseating explosion after a wafer thin mint.
Oh, just one, just the one. Voila.
What follows is some of the most comically exaggerated gore and vomit, although the latter was just minestrone. You might assume it took them ages to get the stains out, but it was cleaned so quickly that a couple got married there the next day. Number 2, Pontius Pilate.
Well, no, sir, I think it's a joke, sir. Like, Siliosotus or Biggest Dicker, sir. What's, funny about Biggest Dickers? Well, it's a joke name, sir.
In reality, Pontius Pilate was a Roman governor believed to have executed Jesus. In Life of Brian, he's portrayed as a bit of a buffoon. His defining scene is easily when the guards are cracking up at the sound of his friend's name.
I have a very great friend in Rome called Biggest Dickers. Silence! What is all this insolence? You will find yourself in gladiator school very quickly with rotten behavior like that.
This is actually the Python scene with the most myths surrounding it. People claim the extras were told they wouldn't be paid if they chuckled, but this was a complete fabrication. According to official Python sources, one of the guards couldn't help laughing, and they organically decided to build the rest of the scene around it. Without it, Pilate is unlikely to have even made our top 20.
Because I haven't addressed them yet. No, I know, sir, but may I address is one of the high points of the Passover. My friend Biggest Dickers has come all the way from Rome just to hear it. Hail Caesar! Hail Fever!
Number 1, The Black Knight.
I move for no man.
So be it!
Taking our top spot is one of King Arthur's most dedicated opponents. Played by John Cleese, this powerful foe guards a relatively small bridge over a pitiful stream. He's so profoundly loyal to his cause that he barely bats an eye when he loses all 4 limbs, leading to one of the film's greatest lines.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've heard worse.
Interestingly, Cleese was so terrible at balancing that they had to use a local one-legged blacksmith for a couple of shots. Unsurprisingly, this was the hardest moment to adapt for Spamalot, requiring Idol to get the help of magicians Penn and Teller to make it work.
You've got no arms left.
Yes, I have.
Look!
Just a flesh wound.
Look, stop that!
Chicken! Chicken!
Look, I'll have your leg. Right!
Which character made you crack up the hardest? And did we mention them today? Let us know down in the comments below.